I understand that we're in the middle of science evolving as it goes. We're seeing that's why one of the reasons we're seeing the numbers change. But you just have to look at the even with the numbers short of the 2 million that freaked the fuck out of everybody at the very beginning, but the numbers as they have been, a very small selection of the population is at risk. Okay, I grant that you're at risk if you have underlying things, if you're old, if you're particularly young. Otherwise, it's not that bad.
It's not. It's not even the
And
particularly
it's
young.
it. Anyway, don't interrupt my rant. You're gonna throw off my train of thought.
Continue.
Fuck, where was I?
You're talking about being susceptible to it.
So the people who are susceptible are the ones who need to be protecting themselves. You shouldn't have to shut down the rest of society because of a small, vulnerable population. If the vulnerable population is really that endangered, they need to be wearing fucking hazmat suits, and the rest of us need to be able to move on with our fucking lives. Because guess what? In most states that didn't shut down completely like this, then they're doing pretty good. Their economies are starting to recover. But in states like California and Oregon and Washington, our economy is in the fucking garbage because people are so paranoid and have deluged themselves on this fear drug that is being peddled that nobody wants to do anything. And they're wondering why people are getting pissed off at the fact that they don't have a livelihood. And then, not even taking into account that when we do start opening up again, do you know what's going to happen? Anyone want to guess? Very good. It is going to spike, and everybody's going to panic again, and they're going to shut back down. And we are never going to get going again if they keep this cycle up, because it is a natural part of life that this is going to spike as you start interacting with more people.
Well, not only that, but CNN reports that the CDC basically quietly put out new numbers for COVID-19.
6%. 6% of the people who died under the COVID numbers died from COVID. Everyone else died from something else and just happens to have COVID in their system.
Not just something else. At least 2 major underlying conditions.
Or were extremely aged.
Or
they were counting days to their death to begin with.
Or my favorite, the people who died in, like, say, motorcycle accidents but happened to have it.
Yes.
That's part of the 94%. That's also included in the 94%. Like the guys who, I say guys as a gender neutral term. Yes.
Yeah.
The guys who killed themselves and had COVID in their system. Well,
died of
guess
COVID.
What? The COVID was irrelevant. They killed themselves. If you were in a fatal car accident, I don't know, maybe having a car slam into you hard enough to break your neck or however else you died was what was really killing you, and you just happened to have COVID. And guess what? Most people are carriers and asymptomatic, which means, surprise, our systems are already rebounding and adjusting to this. It is ridiculous the way we have been played around with this. And again, I am making allowances for the fact that we are seeing science evolving in real time, which we don't often do. We don't often get to see this happen. But it has been played up and used as a fear tool and a control factor, when the reality is the elderly and the sick and the more vulnerable are the ones who needed to quarantine, and the rest of us needed to keep our lives going. I guarantee you, if we had kept the economy open and most of these people running around right now were at their work and living their lives, we wouldn't have nearly as many riots and protests. Oh, I know we would have some, but it wouldn't be this wanton destruction. Because right now they're just destroying things because they don't have anything else to do.
Ishtar is in this stream dropping red pills all over the goddamn place.